Alright folks, we are back for round 1 on the play against an opponent named Knack, apparently. And we have kind of a questionable hand. We have 2 land. The first thing we can cast is a 3-drop. That's not really good on turn 3 if you haven't cast something first. Hand is clunky. I forgot to take a screenshot of the deck too. Damn. I wish I had a screenshot here. Could take a look at the deck and what we can hope to draw. So any of the 6, 2 or 1 drop would be decent draw. But we wouldn't for this hand to be decent, I think we need to draw both a land and one of the 6, 1 or 2 drop. And that's starting to be asking quite a bit. I guess we have Hostage Taker, March of the Drowned, which pretty much wins any late game. So I guess if we just draw lands, we should be good. On the other hand, we are in a spot where I think the deck is good and solid. And the better my deck is, the more I'm willing to mulligan. Just because if your deck is good enough, you can probably win with 1 less card. As long as you have a decent start. Here I think this hand could just turn out to be pretty bad and way too slow. It's really super borderline. On the other hand, the 6 could be even worse, so I think I'll keep, but I could see mulliganing really. You haven't mulliganed, and they might just crush us because they mulligan into a hand that was good at curving out, where we kept a hand that's quite greedy, I think. Okay, Sailor of Memes was a very good top deck. And now we have like pretty much close to half of the deck is lands. Alright, not the worst. Not a land, but not the worst. There was some white red. Luckily for us, they did not have a super strong draw. Though if they could just go Hammer-Skull into something, something else that's solid, could be tough. Alright, well, not exactly what I wanted. Good news is that we have a blocker they really don't want to kill unless they can exile it, because we are stuck on land. That's not a very good news. Us taking 3, them getting a treasure and deploying a pretty good threat on board that we cannot really deal with right now. Alright, yeah, I think we just play Sailor. We could attack, bluff an attack before playing the land, act like we really needed the mana, and maybe they just take it and then we play Spy and we can draw. But actually we wanna play the Sailor and be able to do our things as soon as possible, I think. But it was really a spot where maybe I should have just gotten the 2 damage with the Hoarder. I don't think they ever block with Erazor, especially if I don't play my land first. Altizor, that's a very good news for us. So stealing the Erazor is something we'll have to do at some point. But it's not ideal to do right now. I think I'm gonna attack with Hoarder. If they block, I'm actually not too unhappy, because a line we could go for is try to get enough treasures until we can go Hostage Taker, steal that and play it right away. And if they don't block, I'm also happy. So I'll take both outcomes. Here we'll just play the Spy, draw a card, hopefully land. Okay. Not ideal, not the worst. I mean, we're at 11. Our hand is like really strong. If we just draw a couple lands, if we get stuck on 3 for a lot longer, things could get clunky, but Steven's just not doing much, and our late game is looking just awesome. Alright, I think it's time to just blow up that eraser, get some more treasures, and next turn we can easily go for hostage taker plus, you know, play whatever we steal. Though they could just jam a 6-drop here. I could imagine them holding a Suncrest Hunters. Okay, that is somewhat frightening. I think I'll block like that, very obvious blocks. I could block the Altizor instead of the Knight. This way I play a little bit around Stormfleet Arsonist, 3-2 for 5 that deals 2 if you raided. But I don't really want to take unnecessary damage here. I think just gonna go for very obvious and safe block. There's also a chance they have, yeah, something like Sure Strike or what have you. Random tricks. Not a Knight, okay, buddy. Kinda wanna steal this Altizor because it's pretty good defensively. We don't have the mana to do that. We could march with the round, but we don't need to. It's just a matter of surviving. I don't think this hand can lose any late game against white reds. Guess we just go Sailor off memes and Heartstopper. And they don't really have any good attack. Okay, Skin Shifter's pretty bad. So they're willing to deal 5 and lose their Altizor here, basically. Because Skin Shifter is only going to be a 2-2. Or I guess a 1-7 if they wanted to, but... Like here, card is if I have any reinvol or bounce and I bounce this in response, the thing is gonna stay as 0-1 and they are gonna lose it. This card is really bad. Don't play it. I tried and I really did not like it. So do we try to eat this Altizor? Going down to 5. If it was going down to 4, I would not do it because Unfriendly Fire is a thing. But going down to 4 feels... to 5, sorry, feels not as bad. On the other hand, we could just be in a spot where we just want to make sure we don't die. Given that our late... Yeah, I think I'm just not gonna go for the value. Again, gonna go for very safe blocks. And make sure we take as least damage as possible, given that, again, probably can't really lose a late game. We have a lot of options. I guess we could just go hostage taker. Steal the knight, play the knight. And unless they have lightning strike, which I believe they would have used by now. Yeah. Don't think we should get too fancy. You could argue for, you know, slow rolling your hostage taker, make sure you have an answer to a big threat if they draw one, but we know they don't have any big threat in hand. They would have played it by now. Oh, looks like they weird. Why are they playing this white red aggro deck with Altizors in it? I really don't like it. It's gonna be mildly annoying, I guess. If we play that, we go down to a third rounded up. So yeah, we take 3. So we go in range of the unfriendly fire, which is I think one of the way we can lose this game somehow. So I think the line is just gonna go with plunders, which we can make big enough to attack through the, well, could have. It's not a big deal though, we have the March of the Drowned, so. And it's good that we got rid of 4 burn out of their deck actually. So that was pretty great trade for us, I think. We got this thing back, and I guess the spy. And yeah, we can just make plunders big enough where we don't care about Altizors being there. Like with the Cutlass, they are gonna be what? 6. No, I guess 7, 7, 6. If my math is not completely wrong, which it could be. Pretty sure it's gonna make them 7, 6 though. And I should have played my land first so we can boost mid combat by making a treasure. I don't think they have anything relevant here, so I don't think it's gonna matter. And we know we want to play the spy afterwards. But still, would have been slightly better to play the swamp. And at this point, I don't really see them coming back unless they go unfriendly fire into unfriendly fire or lightning strike. We have pretty good grasp over this game. Depth is good. We can depth our hostage taker and steal something if they happen to play something relevant. At this point they might start to jump block, yeah. I think I'll just make a couple treasures, maybe bounce hostage taker, end of turn, over playing the cutthroat here. If this thing had been some Thrash of Raptors, so 5-3 trample instead of 1-7, we would probably be dead by now. Yeah, we would be very dead by now. I just... Why would you play 1-7s in a... what looks like an aggro deck, basically? Don't fully get it. Yeah, I'll do that. Could have drawn a Reinvol in the meantime, but if they kill my hostage taker here, it's like... it's really not a big deal. Oh yeah, they had enough. So white red aggro is looming Altizors. Maybe they needed enough dinosaurs for their how it's called, Ixalan knights and synergies and whatnot. It doesn't feel good though playing these. So I don't mind Mark of the Vampire against aggro. Then this doesn't feel like a grindy matchup. I don't see Pirate Surprise being good. Depths is solid. I mean, yeah, I think Ravager on the draw against an aggressive deck is actually pretty bad. Like, we were put into a... The opponent did not even have the most aggressive draw, and we were still put in a spot where playing that would have killed us, because, you know, they ended up having and playing the Unfriendly Fire at some point. So I think we can safely cut one Ravager, one Cutlass, and bring in 2 more Cut of Vampires. And maybe 1 depth over the second Cutlass, because I'm pretty much like the Mark are replacing the Cutlass, you know, boosting your creature, except that, you know, equipment means you're not gonna get 2 for 1. Depth's not the worst. No, I think I like that. Though on the draw against, again, what should be a pretty aggressive deck despite the Altizors, it's not unreasonable to cut a Cutlass for a depth, just being a little bit, you know, safer. Like this hand, if this was a depth, the hand would be very keepable. Since it isn't a depth, the hand is quite questionable. I think it's still probably a keep. It's another very borderline hand. If we draw any creature, especially a 2-drop, we're in great shape. And if we don't, I don't know. We have 14 creatures in this deck. Like 10 of them cost 3 or less, I believe. I think we keep. I don't know, maybe it's another greedy keep, I don't know. These hands are like super borderline. When you have a good amount of spell and lands in limited. On the other hand, this hand, I don't know, like we are on the draw against an aggressive deck. This might have been too greedy to keep that. Like if they go 1, 2, 3, we are just dead. Unless we top deck. Okay, Sailor is pretty good. The event does have the 1, 2, 3, it looks like, though. Are they gonna go Nest Robber here? Oh, Sky Terror, that's even worse for us. Yeah, the nut draw. Whoa, well. We're already pretty lucky that we drew Sailor of Memes, but this is getting pretty ugly. We're getting annihilated. Annihilated. One of the most aggressive draw I've seen in a while. Damn. That's insane. The oven's completely going off. Yeah, that's better than when they cast Altizors for sure. Whoa. Yeah, insane. Insane. Yeah, we probably lose that one. I think that's the best draw I ever seen in this set. I guess Kumena Speaker turn 1, turn 2-1 with the wins might still just be better. This one was crazy though. Hopefully they don't have a revolt, at which point we probably block the knight, take 6, which sucks, but what can you do? And next turn we plan on killing the Sky Terror and making their attack rather bad. Hopefully. We're getting like, I mean, we give them 2 mana here, which also sucks. Damn, never seen such a good draw in my life, I think, in this set. Like that's and the 2-drop and the 3-drop now. Whoa. I think it's just way too late now. We can blow up Sky Terror and die. Alright, well, GG, man. That's the best draw I've ever seen, I think. If we were on the draw again, I would go for the second depth. I think on the play we can afford to keep a cutlass, but we'll have to be, I guess, a lot less greedy with our keeps. I mean, turn 3 Silaf memes was like way too slow this game somehow. We're gonna be on the play here, which should make things easier, but yeah, I think this was, yeah, literally the best draw I've ever seen in this set. And I've seen some pretty crazy bullshit in this set. Alright, that's fine. This draw was impressive though. Alright, the oven mold again, put the card on the bottom. I think we attack here. I mean, there's obviously a small chance they have Nest Robber, at which point keeping the Heartstopper back might be better, but we haven't seen any Nest Robber yet, so I don't think we're in the market to just play around it yet, especially since it's, you know, not a very good card. Second Heartstopper was a good draw here. Definitely gonna trade if they allow me to trade. It feels like, again, this is really a matchup where if the game goes long enough, we're just not gonna lose. We have much better late game than they do. If they go Sure Strike, I'm like, no problem, dude. Basically trading 2 mana for 2 mana. Ooh, they are missing land drops too. Alright, well, let's get a Cutlass, I guess. And beat down with Mr. Insect. And at this point, oh, they hit the third land drop. That changes things. I was, you know, wondering if I wanted to trade or not, if they don't play a dinosaur, obviously. Since they played their land, it might make me a little more inclined to trade, actually. Otherwise, I would just try, you know, to equip Cutlass and kill them, or at least apply pressure when they are stuck. Queen's Bay, Soul Deer. I think we could just go Cutthroat Pass. Knowing that if they play a dinosaur, we want to be able to trade the Heartstopper and not the Cutthroat, which we, you know, we want to use to attack, basically, with Cutlass. Prying Blade, no problem. Islands, not ideal, not the worst. At least we can play these, the Soul Deer, and leave up Death Touch. One of the way we lose from now on is just, you know, by flooding. I mean, if we draw a couple lands in a row, things could go poorly, obviously. And, you know, they could go next turn, play an Erazor, hit you in the air. Sky Tower. Sure. Definitely gonna kill that one. Okay, willing to make the trade. Sure. I think I'm just gonna trade these. And next, I mean, this thing is pretty bad without dinosaurs. Next turn we can kill that and go for a 2-turn clock and draw a card, I guess. Stormfleet Spy is just amazing when, well, when you get the raid it's solid, but when you get the raid and you already have a Cutlass in the battlefield, it feels like you get to draw the card and then the body is also super relevant, which is not always the case. Sometimes a 2-2 is just like not so good, so you drew a card, but it's like, it's not that good. Alright, we got there. Their deck was kind of frightening. I was very surprised to see those Altisaurs, but their deck without Altisaurs feels rather solid, even though there's a couple of cards I'm not a big fan of, like Prying Blade. Anyway, we got there. Hope you enjoyed that first round. Thanks for watching, and see you for round 2.